Okay, and we are back on the final third of this really this wonderful little smoke here. It's little now. Montecristo, Montecristo #1. Let's take the band off. Yeah, it's getting a little bit more spicy, a little bit more tannic. I would say that this cigar would be an excellent candidate to age. Still good though, still tasty. So, again, about the aging, if you have a heavy tannic cigar, in the second maturation, which happens about after 8 years of keeping your cigars in a good condition, about 65%, 67% humidity. If you're in this for the long haul and you want to keep your cigars aging so you can experience elation when it comes to smoking a vintage cigar of 20 years old, then tannic cigars like Montecristo's, Upman's, La Gloria Cubanas, Trinidad's, pretty much any Cuban cigar that uses the tobacco from the Volta Bajo region is going to be a fantastic candidate to age. But in the first few years, they're pretty tannic, a little bit bitter. Once you get down to the final third, and that is a good sign. Actually, I mean it's not a good sign right now, but it means that those tannins are long chain polymers, and they're going to break down over time. And they're going to start breaking down after about 8 years of aging, the maturation. So this is the second maturation. You enter for the second year of the cigar, which is where this is right now, to about 8 years. The oils, chemical reactions in the cigar improve flavors. You have a buildup of flavors. And right about 8 years or so, the flavors start to decrease. And that's when the tannins start to break down. So those tannins breaking down in the cigar are going to essentially enhance smoothness in the cigar. So you're going to get from 8 years to the next 8 years or so, you're going to get a smoother and smoother and smoother cigar as the years go on. So a cigar that is 15 years old is not going to have a lot of flavor, but it's going to be very, very smooth. Deliciously smooth. As the tannins are breaking down. And as the tannins break down, and once you get to a point where most of the tannins have broken down, you're going to get new flavors that are going to add together and create the final maturation of the cigar. So that's from 15 years to 25 years, depending on the cigar. But as I said, any Cuban cigar Brady. Grammy. Yeah, very delicious. So I'm still working on this. I took a refill here, and starting to feel it, feeling a little bit drunk. Because this stuff is so damn good. Now, I want to say a word about pairing. So, I always like drinking some alcoholic beverage with a good smoke. I'm sure many of you out there also feel the same way, but I mean, over the years I've paired all kinds of beverages: wine, red wine, beer, rum. For me, whiskey is the best. This whiskey, the flavor combo. This whiskey has like a peaty, smoky profile. It's very smooth. It's a little sweet. And it pairs wonderfully with cigars. So I love drinking whiskey, usually on the rocks. This time I prepared a highball. Still good, but very harsh, very peppery through the nose. Black pepper blasted me through the nose right there. So a little bit strong. I think that this cigar would be a perfect candidate for aging long term. So I am going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to age this cigar in my Winador. One thing about these cigars is, like, I love smoking inside, My wife, she hates it, of course, but I do it anyways. The reason being is because the secondhand smoke of Cuban cigars is so delicious and just smells so great. I love the smell of the smoke floating around in the air. It just soothing. It smells like just like sugary sweet smoke. I mean, it just really, really enhances the experience of smoking a cigar. So this is kind of something new. I mean, I set up my office and kind of set it up to be somewhat of a cigar bar. But previously, I always used to smoke on the balcony or outside, and I did not enjoy it nearly as much. And I remember when I lived alone before I got married, I would smoke all the time in my room, in my apartment, watching a baseball game, smoking a cigar, drinking some alcohol, drinking some beers or whatever. And next day I would wake up and go in that room, and smell would still be there. This is a really awesome smell. I mean, I love that smell. Yeah, getting a little bit bitter here. Getting a little hot. Getting almost down here to the nub, so it's about time to end this dude. But no problems keeping it lit. It's burning just fine, even down to the nub. So that Cuaba Salamonis that I smoked, it wanted to go out when it got to this point, but not this one. Not this Montecristo here. So anyways, to end everything there, I don't know, I would rate this cigar as probably an 85. The final third was not as enjoyable. The flavor complexity was pretty nice, I guess. The construction was beautiful. I think that after, 5 or 6 years, after aging this cigar, it's going to be really good. Really, really good. In terms of the construction, I would give it a 9.5. It's beautiful construction, no veins. Draw, a 10. Perfect draw, just the way I like it. I love this kind of a little bit tight draw. Very nice. And that's the thing, a lot of the American cigars, the draw is just too loose for me. And that's one thing I noticed. Cuban cigars have slightly tighter draw, and it's just a thicker roll of tobacco, and it's much better for me. So, well, anyways, we'll finish it there, and yeah, that's that. Thank you very much for watching.